Well, hello friends. Today we are going to work on the VisualBuilder. And it's been a while since I was working on that, so I'm a little bit rusty. But let's go check it out, see what it looks like these days. If you've been seeing it before, then you remember that it used to look like this too, so there's no real difference. I think the only difference is that it has an about dialog these days. This button says but. Anyway, what I would like to do today is to make layouts. And I mean automatic layouts. So currently the only way to place widgets in VisualBuilder is by like placing them out and aligning them pixel perfect, just the way you like. Or you can also edit the values here manually if you want to tweak. But I would like to make it possible to put widgets within widgets, because that's currently not possible, and then to say give this widget an automatic layout so that all of his child widgets are laid out horizontally or vertically, basically. So I don't know how far we'll take this today, but I'm thinking I'm going to start by making it possible to put a widget within a widget. So I think the easiest way to do that, like in the end, I would like to be able to like take this widget and like drag it into this one or something like that. But just for starters, let's say that if you select a widget and then insert another widget, then it will end up like inside of that widget. And maybe we can see what we can do with that. And then if a widget has sub-widgets, then we'll let you do like right-click and like layout children horizontally, layout children vertically, something like that. I think that's pretty good. So let's try that. And we'll see how it turns out, because I haven't really thought about this. I'm just gonna get started. So let's get reacquainted. So a VB form, that's a VisualBuilder form, that's the whole window that we see that can have any number of widgets in it. And then a VB widget is a widget, sort of a widget wrapper that adds stuff like resize ability and this property management stuff. So let's see where we insert new widgets. Maybe that's in the toolbox. We call it form insert widget. Yeah, right. Here we create a new widget, and then create, and then what? To set become the parent. VB form. Create. What does this thing do? Because we're going to want to pass a different parent to it. Create. Where's create? Oh, VB widget. Wait, where the hell is VB widget? Create. Oh, it's right here. Right, it was in line this whole time. I was just being stupid. Okay, so we call, we're adopting a new VB widget. And what does the constructor do with the form? We just call build GWidget, passing the form, and that's the parent in this case. So I think we're going to have to add a parent parameter here. So we'll still keep the form, but we'll also do a parent. Maybe pass the VB widget as a parent. Parent and okay, and then here we'll say widget parent. Here we'll just pass the parent right through. Build widget. Yeah, because this thing is only about like constructing a widget. So actually all of the widgets inside the Visual Builder are like regular libGUI widgets. It's just that we wrap them in this helper class called a VB-widget, which makes them a little more interactive. Like they're editable basically because of it. Normally widgets are not really editable, but the VB-widget adds that functionality. So let's see where we do this. So insert widget, then do we have a selected? So I guess if we have a one selected widget, can we get that? So let's see. Auto one selected widget. Let's call it single selected widget. M selected widgets is size equal to 1. Maybe we can just do that. Something like that, or can we auto that? Yeah, that would be fine. Okay, and then we'll pass the single selected widget like that. Oh, and we're supposed to pass ourselves as the parent, actually, or as the form, rather. Or is that what we're already doing? Okay, I'm stupid. I'm overthinking it. Let's just build it. VB form 327. And what is this? It's load from file. Okay, so when we load from file, let's just say fix me construct VB widget. Okay, so loading from file, we have to solve that somehow. Build GWidget. Is that called in more than one place, surprisingly? Oh, excuse me. Okay. Let's make a button and everything falls apart. All right. And why are we falling apart? Oh shit, yeah, right, because I dereferenced that parent pointer somewhere. Where was that? Right here. Okay. I'm not entirely sure that Visual Builder has the right object model, but it's something that works at the moment, so I can probably stick with it. So that did not create a button. Okay, this is not creating any buttons. Oh, shit, yeah, right. So if we're not passing in a widget parent, then it has to become a child of the form itself. So let's see, auto widget parent GWidget, otherwise form. Oh, dang it. feel like it's getting a bit slow to run, Serenity. Well, I guess it is what it is. Okay, there we got our button, and let's try to put a button inside of it. Oh, look at that! It's actually inside it, but now things are gonna fall apart because I can't click on that little guy because the widget selection mechanism is inside of the VB form, actually. So that's something that we have to teach it how to find what I'm clicking on. But this is really nice, though. Pretty neat. Okay. Mousedown event. For each selected widget, blah, blah, blah. Where are we looking for a widget? Widget at? Oh, we already had a single selected widget thing. Is there a single selected? Oh, there's even a getter for single selected widget. It's exactly what I wanted. So I didn't have to do this. Could have just done this. Look at that. Okay. Anyway, widget at is what I wanted to look at. So child at this position. Interesting. So what we really want to do is not just widget at. We want to do like a proper hit testing. Like imagine that you're just clicking on a window and there's like all these nested widgets, and then we have this algorithm that figures out which widget are you actually clicking on, even though they're nested. And basically, we want to invoke exactly that thing here. Phone is buzzing a little bit. Anyway, so let's figure out how we can invoke that hit test. Maybe we can just call hit test. Is that public? Yes, it is. What do we get in the hit test result? Widget and local position. Let's try it. Child at. Okay, auto hit test result is hit test position. And then if result dot widget is null, then ignore, otherwise we look it up. Okay, I think maybe it's that easy. Why is this not const? Oh, because we're getting a mutable widget. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, let's put a button, and then, wait, oh, this is not working. Why am I not hitting anything? Tap, 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 tap. Okay. I can't hit any of these. No. Alright, alright. Widget at. What's VB form? It's a G widget. Okay. And then we'll call hit test. Oh, but it's greedy. So I think so greedy for hits is a mechanism that we use in the VB form to make sure that the VB form itself captures all of the mouse events. It's a little bit of a sneaky trick, but basically it allows us to steal all the mouse events instead of letting them go to children. And this here is precisely how we steal them. So we steal them by just short-circuiting the hit testing if we are greedy, and we are going to need a way to bypass this. So respect greedy flag, respect greed. I think this can just be a sneaky little flag here that we test with for now. Well, usually we'll respect it, but in this particular case, we're not going to respect it. So let's just try this. Oh, and then I have to actually rebuild libGUI as well. Unused parameter respect greed, because I didn't do anything with it. Respect greed, not green. Build faster. Many people are surprised when I tell them what kind of machine I'm using. It's just a cheap Intel mini PC from 2015. Because I really do think that computers are quite overpowered, unless you're doing audio, video, or games. Possibly big compilation tasks, but like, I don't know. These machines are monsters that we have. They should we should try to make them do less work instead of just buying bigger machines all the time. But that's just my personal feeling about this. Anyways. Okay, well, now we can grab it. Cool. Let's put something inside it. And, oh, look at that. It's in the wrong place. I think we're drawing those at parent relative coordinates. So, like, it's ending up in parent relative coordinates inside of the form widget, not inside of the parent. So, the actual parent, which is this button now. So, we gotta do something about that. Oh, look, I can drag these. That's a bit cute. Woo! Anyway, let's make them show up in the right place. So let's see, we do form. What are they called? Grabbers. Yeah. Grabber. We have like a grabber rect. Yeah. Okay. So this is how we compute the grabber rects. And they are based on the rect of the widget, which is its relative rect. But it's the relative rect inside of the nearest ancestor. Which is probably fine. It's just that we need to, where we use the grabber rect, we have to, oh wait, where do we do the Mousedown event? Then check if there's a grabber at this position. But we're, for each selected widget. I'm thinking, like, should we translate? Should probably translate the events so that they are in the coordinate space of the widget. Translated. But we don't know how nested he is. So that's a bit annoying. maybe the easiest thing right now is to just be lazy and make the grabber be in form relative coordinates. So then what we would do is to just, wait, who uses this? Some grabber computation stuff. All right, how about we just say relative rect. Is there such a thing as like a window relative rect? That's exactly what I wanted. There's no set window relative rect here though. So who calls set rect? Set relative rect. I guess rect translated by, or do we, wait, hold on. Auto new window relative rect is rect. If parent, then rect moved by parent relative rect. Parent's window relative rect location. Does that make sense? No? MG widget parent. Gotta move it by the parent's window relative rect. Then things will line up correctly. MG widget parent. Widget? Okay. Yeah, right, because parent just returns a C object, but parent widget returns a G widget. And so we're just assuming here that the parent is going to be a widget, but we know that in this case that it's parent. If we have a parent, then it's always a widget. Okay, so we put you here, and then you inside, and then click. Look at that. Can we grab these? Yes, we can, but then we resize and it goes a bit weird. We can still grab them, but then we resize and it gets weird again. Oh. Oh. I guess because we actually want to negate this translation. Because we were already doing the translation by virtue of using window relative coordinates instead of parent relative coordinates. So we have to undo the translation by negating it. And then that will give us, I thought, the effect that we wanted, but no. Because why? If we have a parent, then move by okay, well, let's just oh, we're not actually using the adjusted value. But, and did I get another but inside? No, where are they going now? Okay. Rect before. Now we're gotta start doing this stuff. What the heck are you doing? Why is coordinate math always tripping me up? Do you struggle with coordinate math? I do. Well, I guess if you're a regular on this channel, then you've seen me struggle with this before. Okay, so making you bigger is fine, and then making this bigger is weird because we call setRect and it tries to translate it right away. So let's try to tweak this a little bit here, just to get it to the right place, and then see if it behaves normally otherwise. Yeah, so interactive movement works now, but programmatic movement, we were doing it wrong. So how are we doing that wrong? Well, when we inserted a new widget, we used the next insertion position. Let's see. Point insertion position and next insertion position. If single selected widget, if there's a parent, let's insertion parent, let's call it single selected widget. Like here's like I don't need to be doing this, but like giving it a name makes the code so much easier to follow, right? Because now we know that we're talking about the insertion parent instead of like the singly selected widget, which sort of loses meaning as you get further and further away from this start of the function. So if there's an insertion parent, then we'll just adjust the insertion position by that. Move by. Because it is in window coordinates. This is so gross, but I'm just going to keep pushing forward with this because I don't want to deal with more coordinate math than this right now. I wanted to do layouts, dang it, so I can go and tweak this later. But we wanted to do the insertion parent dot widget. Window relative rect location, okay. And then just use this. Okay, so can we have our precious movable nested widgets now, please? Starts out nice, moves nicely. Very, very good. Okay. That's really cool. Now, let's try adding a menu item here, or menu action, that allows us to set a horizontal layout on this widget, because that'll be very interesting. So, visual, it's a VB form, I guess, menu. Where do we put it? Maybe under here. Kind of context. Let's add some separators. That'll be cool. And then we'll add an action. And well, actually, we need to make our new action here, so because we don't have a ready-made action for this. Lay out children horizontally. Maybe layout horizontally is fine. And then a callback. Okay, and then we will say set layout, make gbox layout horizontal. See, we need to include the box layout, but I think we can just add both here, and then we'll include GUI G box layout right before. And I messed up somewhere here. Too many parens. All right. Okay, and let's put 2 buttons inside of it, so that'll be funny. And then we try laying it out vertically, and nothing happened. Ah, shit. I thought something would happen. Okay. Why doesn't anything happen? Well, let's try it. Let's say, giving widget a horizontal box there. I can't pass that. Oh, widget. I just want to see that we're actually hitting this. Okay, and then what happens? Giving gbutton a horizontal box layout. Okay, so we're actually giving it layout. But I guess these don't automatically become children of the layout. But they really should, though. Okay, so ignoring that, what if we just add new widgets to it? Oh, look at that. It's actually... Yeah, now it's doing what I thought it would. Okay, so we're actually doing the layout thing. It becomes a bit tricky to select the outer one. We can delete these children, and look how cool they relay out. So it's very nice. Wow, this is going to be so useful. I can already tell. I mean, it's going to be a bit crappy at first. We got to fix it up, but I've been I keep thinking that I'm going to use the VisualBuilder to build forms, but then in the end I always end up doing programmatic layouts anyway. But now if it becomes possible to do the layouts in VisualBuilder, now that really opens up actually using it. So let's put some checkboxes, and this is just so cool. I'm fangirling here over my own thing. Oh, anyway. So let's see. So we can put these, but yeah, right. So we have the issue that you have to set a layout before you add things to it. And that's a strange placement. Or maybe it doesn't care. How the heck does this even work? I'm confused. Giving the radio button box layout? I don't know. I have questions. Oh, wait, I see what's going on. So, to make a label, or actually, let's use a more proper one, because this is when we actually have children, right? And then you would give it a layout, and then you would add a radio button. But you want the radio button to be a child of the group box. Where are all the radio buttons though? Oh, they're here. What are they doing here? I don't understand. Why are you all down there? Oh shit, because they're children of the radio button. Oh. Okay, this is confusing. So, I'm confusing myself here. So we add a radio button once we've set a layout. Whoop. Oh, damn it, I have to actually select it. Okay, now the radio button is selected, I think. No, the group box is selected. I add the radio button, and we're good. And as long as the group box is selected, we can keep adding them. Alright, this whole thing is very confusing. I can tell right now that when we delete a widget, then we need to actually clean up after the grabbers, because we don't repaint enough. So there's so much going on here. Sorry, I got kind of carried away there, just playing with it. Well, this is exciting. So let's see what we can commit here. So we have the libgui stuff. Just a hit test, respecting the greed. But let's give that thing a little bit better API, because using a Boolean is a bit cheesy, I think. So we can do should respect greed flag. No. Yes. Yes, you should respect the greed flag. Or, well, we don't need to call it a greed flag, actually, just greed is fine. Greediness, greediness. Yeah, I guess I like that one. Okay, and respect greed, we'll just fix that to say should. Then let's tweak that here. Should respect greediness. No. G widget. Add a way to add a flag to skip, to ignore greediness in GWidget hit test. Normally, say GWidget is greedy for hits, flag set, this thing, all hit tests will hit the widget itself instead of its descendants. Sometimes it may be desirable to override this behavior. So this flag now allows you to do that. That looked reasonable? Okay. And then giving, let me just clear up these. Oh, we can leave those actually, that's okay. Okay, we'll just land these. Support widgets within widgets and basic layouts. Or hold on, let me actually do the layouts separately. I'll just do that. Visual Builder. Put widgets within nested. This patch makes it possible to put this inside one another. The way you do this right now is by selecting a widget, by having a single widget selected when you insert a new widget. Widget then becomes a child of the selected. In the future, we'll make it possible to drag widgets into each other and things like that. Okay. I've also changed the grabber coordinates to be window relative instead parent relative in order to simplify things for myself. Maybe that's deal design, and we can revisit that. Alright, it's good to be honest. This might not be the ideal design. Okay, then let's add the layouts here. So commit. Oops. Add ability to layout. Make it possible. Layout to a widget. Dash adds horizontal and vertical layout options to the widget context menu. This is going to need a lot of work, but it's a cool start. All right, let's fix that paint issue that we saw, because I didn't like that. When we deleted a widget, then we didn't repaint afterwards. Let's see, remove first matching. I guess here, if we don't have anything to delete, we can just, if to delete is empty, then we'll just return. Otherwise, afterwards, we'll update. Maybe that would do the whole thing. Okay, let's put a button and make a layout. Put some spin boxes in there. Zoop, 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 zoop. And then can we select these? I don't know if it's actually possible. Wait, why doesn't this work? If I'm clicking on the spin box, why doesn't anything get selected? Okay, that doesn't seem right. Okay, well, let's select the spin box with the tab and then delete it, and everything gets repainted at least. I think it did. Or did it even? Now I'm really confused. So let me try that one more time. Spin box, spin box, spin box, spin box. Okay. But I can't click on them. That's so weird. Click here is fine. what happens when I click then? Because it was working with the buttons. This works, right? Yeah. But then what if we put a layout on there? And then we add some buttons to it. Can I click on these? Yes, I can. So with buttons, it works. But, I think I know what this is. The spin box is a composite widget made out of many other smaller widgets. That's kind of interesting. So let's see, how do we solve that? So let me show you what I mean by that. It's that these spin boxes, they're actually, this is text box and then it has two buttons here. And now we died because widget, parent widget, the relative rect. Well, we got ourselves confused here somehow, but let's not worry about that too much. Let's just try to fix up that selecting a widget that has, it is a composite widget. So what is the widget add function? Excuse me. So hit testing is going to give us a sub-widget easily, but we shouldn't let it do that. So how do we avoid this? I guess what we do here is first we hit test and then we find the G widget that you're clicking on. And then we look that up in our G widget map and map it to a VB widget. But if we don't find anything, I guess we can just keep going up the parent chain of the thing that we found, and eventually we'll find something that has a corresponding VB widget. So let's try doing that. Okay, let's just call this widget, I guess. Start with notepad. Then for G widget is result widget. G widget parent is G widget parent widget. As long as we have a parent widget, then we'll keep climbing, and then we'll say if let's see, auto we don't need that. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, actually. Because I was thinking about, like, should we really be checking this at the start? But even the topmost widget will still have the form as its parent, so I think that's okay. Okay, let's put some spin boxes in that boy. And that doesn't work. That was so hopeful. Okay. So let's see. Widget add initial G widget. Okay, so we'll just print that out. And we'll say candidate. let's see, auto G widget is result widget. Let's do it this way. While G widget and here we gotta look at it this way, right? Widget and G widget here is kind of confusing actually. Maybe we should give it a better name, like widget wrapper or something like that, actually, because having something called VB widget and something called G widget, I'm starting to really be annoyed by that. It's too confusing. Okay, then let's add some of these spin boxes. Wait, why can't I do? Okay, now it's behaving the way I wanted it to. Can I click in between? Yes, I can. Look at that. Cool. Okay, now let's delete one. Boom. 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 That's just really cool. All right, and let's put something else in there. Some radio buttons. And we can delete those. And you can actually move these. That doesn't seem right. If they're part of something that has a layout, we should probably not let you move them. So let's do that. We can move this code, and we can commit this. So let's see. VisualBuilder. When hit testing finds fix testing for composite widgets. When we ask GWidget to hit test, it may return a, let's say, libgui subwidget of a composite widget composed of many smaller widgets. In those cases, we need to locate the appropriate corresponding VB widget for the composite widget. Okay, and let's not let you move things that are in a layout. So grabber, let's see, mouse move, I guess. Where are we doing this? Direction. Okay, so if we're holding down the left button on mouse move and we are resizing in no direction, that means that we're moving. Then I think that if you shouldn't let you move it if it has a layout. So maybe we do that in here. If widget parent widget if parent widget layout turn. I'll just skip over it. Probably we still have to disable the resizing as well. Let's just see how this works out. Okay, here's a button, give it a layout, and put some of these guys in there, and can we move them? Oh, I can't move. Oh, but I can resize, which I don't want. Yeah, we don't want resize to do anything either. So let's make a helper for this, because it's a bit inconvenient. So let's say if widget is in layout, return. Okay, and then let's add a helper for that. So we'll just put bool is in layout const is in layout. Okay, return true, otherwise return false. All right. And here we can just say mgWidget. Yeah, there we go. And let's check the same when we do a resize. So here. Okay, can't move them, can't resize them. I mean, it looks like I would be able to, and something else that we could maybe do something about. But I guess we could disable that cursor change as well, actually. So we can do set cursor type from grabber. We'll do a wait, grabber at if widget is in layout, should just do set override cursor standard none. Yeah, right. Oh no, let's skip over these. We don't have to get fancy here. We just skip over them. Click continue. Then we won't even change the mouse cursor when you reach the grabbers. I think that would be good. Let's see what it looks like. So with this one, because it is resizable, that's fine. But then, why can't I? Oh, I can, okay. Here, see, oh shit, wait, if I click on it, then it does the, well, that's not what I want to happen. Oh, I gotta deal with that somehow. Mousedown. If widget is in layout, turn. I keep thinking like maybe the widgets that are in a layout shouldn't have grabbers, but I think it would look off if they didn't. Maybe we can paint the grabbers slightly differently though. Actually, let's do that right away. Let's see, paint event. BB widget, paint. Oh, it's using the second paint event mechanism. There's another sneaky mechanism that I added just for VisualBuilder. And normally you only ever use paint event, But there's also a second paint event, which happens after everything has been painted, and then you get a chance to draw on top of it. So that's something that we use here to draw the grabbers on top of everything else. So here, for selected widgets, we draw grabbers. Now let's say if widget is in layout, then we'll draw them a little bit differently. Actually, if it isn't a layout, then let's do a draw rect afterwards with black. And then let's say is in layout is widget is in layout. Call it in layout. Because I'm thinking we're gonna use a different color here, white. And in layout, then we'll do a little frame. So grabber rect. Okay, I think this might look cool. Let's see. Or they might end up looking even more grabbable. I don't know. It's nice to be working on the Visual Builder again. It's been a while. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that looks so cool. They really look like you can't do anything with them. Boom. Grabbable. Not so grabbable. That's awesome. Alright, so let's commit that. Wait, what the hell does this change? I'll leave it alone, whatever. Thanks a lot, Clang format. Don't allow moving, resizing widgets that are in a layout. Also, paint these widgets and grabbers currently to make it stand out visually which widgets have managed geometry. Managed. All right. Oof. Well, that's a lot of stuff. I think I'm going to be done here for today. So let's call this the end of the video. And if you made it this far, then I thank you for watching, for hanging out, and coming back, and all those things. I really appreciate that. And I hope you saw something interesting. And I will see you next time when we continue to hack on this. Or something else. Who knows what we'll hack on. But see you next time. Bye.